Joining us at the beach today is Conor McGregor.
He's a little bit of a menace. He fights Dennis SIVER this Sunday in the TD Garden in Boston. If he wins the fight, he'll face Jose Aldo during the summer. Catch it on Fox Sports 1. Let's talk to Conor. How would you explain your childhood to a stranger? What could you tell a stranger that would give them some light on how it is you grew up?
My childhood was a normal childhood, a normal upbringing for a young boy from Dublin's inner city. You know, there were two things that were important for. There are two things that are important for young boys growing up. Can you play football and can you fight? These are questions that is important for young boys, and I was no different. It was football or fighting, and I became more passionate and more curious about fighting.
When did you realize you could make a living at this? Because it's kind of a crazy way to make a living, fighting other people for money. When did you realize, no, I'm good enough to do this professionally and make it my life's work?
Yeah, that is a more interesting question, you know, because definitely there was a shift there. You know, when UFC 93 came to Dublin, Ireland, just to see it all in real life, you know, to see it before my eyes, it gave me a different outlook on it. You know, I kind of sat back and realized, you know, it's there now. It's there for the taking. All I must do now is show up and continue doing what I'm doing, and that was it. So I would say UFC 93 was the time where I felt that I will make a hell of a lot of money out of this game, because I knew even looking at the card that day, you know, that I am different than these people, and I have something that they do not.
What's that? How are you different?
I have a curiosity about the human anatomy, and I feel, looking around, I feel like I am only a white belt in this game of movement, which is the broad spectrum of movement is what it's about. It's not about single disciplines, and I am only a white belt. I am only a beginner in this game of movement. But if I am a beginner in the game of movement, then the people, my competitors on the UFC roster, have yet to take their first class.
Why do you think your competitors, or so many of them, not all of them, are so willing publicly to say unkind things about you, that so many of them are okay publicly saying they don't seem to like you very much?
You know, this is part of the game. Success breeds envy, it breeds bitterness, but one thing envy and bitterness will do is hold you back, so I choose not to pay attention to it.
But Conor, you also just said that if you're a white belt, those guys haven't even taken their first class. You can see how that might make them a little bit upset to hear, right?
Well, all they got to do is pay attention. You know, you can either look, you can be bitter and let it eat away at you, or you can look and you can realize this is the way it must be done, and you can follow my lead.
Dana White seems to have embraced you. He badly needs a star. You're a guy that's colorful, you're talkative, you're controversial. Have you had a lot of fun partying with him? I mean, you've been seen in his Ferrari, you're in his suite. Like, how did you guys get close?
Yeah, Dana is a cool guy, and I don't think he badly needs anything. He is a successful man. We are all on our own journey. I don't feel he needs nothing, you know, but he is a cool guy, and a lot of people get signed by the three letters, the UFC, and feel they are entitled to something, but yet they do not bring nothing to the table. How can you not bring nothing to the table and expect something to eat? You know, so for me, I bring something to the table and I eat it.
Conor, you slipped my jab there. I asked you what it was like to party with him. I mean, it was a good answer, but you totally slipped my jab. What's it like to party with him?
Partying is weakness for the soul, my friend, so I try and avoid it.
Partying is weakness for the soul.
Really? I don't think Dana agrees with you. Do you think Dana agrees with you? I don't think that weakens his soul.
Yeah.
Yeah, boy, we hit the brakes when we start talking there, boy.
That's funny. You don't seem to like the upcoming opponent very much. I have this accurate, right? You've called him a cheater and a Nazi. You don't think, I mean, SIVER's not someone you seem to like very much.
Yeah, I cannot respect his approach to the game, and I feel he has been on that stuff his whole career, and who knows, his evolution, he has probably evolved in his skills of hiding the substance. So as far as I am aware, he could be entering this contest on performance-enhancing drugs as it is. So I do not respect an individual like that. As far as the Nazi comment, you know, again, poking fun, having fun online, but I realized people outside of the contest took offense. So I did not want to offend nobody that is not involved in the contest. But as far as offending Dennis, I do not care about Dennis. I will call him whatever I want. Now I will do as I please to him on Sunday night. You know, he will have two options. He can either retire or he will be cut from the promotion. On the night, live on air, I will cut him myself, as I believe I am shaping up to become vice president of the UFC pretty soon in the near future. So I will be making cuts myself.
Conor, we couldn't crack you, but my old man here is going to submit you. He's going to make you tap out right now. What do you got for him, Poppy?
This is a tough one now, Conor.
Go
What
ahead.
does what?
Go ahead.
What does your romantic side look like?
Hello, sir. How are you? I cannot understand what you are saying, but I will be polite and say hello.
Okay, don't worry about it. Listen,
man.
what does your romantic side look like?
My romantic side.
Yeah.
Yes, tap out. Tap
That's
out, tough guy.
That's an interesting one. I have a long-term girlfriend that I've been with, and you know, I don't know about romance, but I like to get down occasionally, yeah?
Are you going to propose to her soon?
Oh, she might be watching.
I like to get down.
Yeah, let's go back to that.
What does that mean?
I don't really have a romantic side is what I am saying. If I go for it, I am going in for the kill. You best believe that. You will not catch me walking down the beach holding hands. You will catch me going deep.
You can't use this same approach that you use fighting people with your woman, Conor. You can't do that.
What?
You're my kind of guy, just like me. You're my kind of guy, just like me.
No, goodbye, Conor.
I speak truth, my friend. What do you want? You ask me these weird questions, I answer you truth. How do you, let me hear your romantic side.
No, I don't
Oh,
want
you know,
you
I'm a
got
Don
it.
Juan. I'm a Don
got
Juan.
it. You got it.
I prepare a big dinner for Valentine, you know, but I mean, I got wine, I got all kind of Cuban stuff on the table, you know. I sing to my dear lady. Yeah, that's right.
lies. He's just
Conor ain't singing to him, though. You don't play the game like that.
Conor, thank you, sir. We appreciate it.
Gracias.
Thank you.